Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today, folks, I got another Nubeo watch to share with you guys. So Nubeo, man, I tell you, and you guys know, whenever I do a video, I kind of repeat myself in a lot of videos. Because remember, guys, not everybody who watches these videos are subscribers, right? Most people who come across this channel are generally just people who are browsing, who are getting recommended videos based on their browsing habits and style. And of course, the folks who subscribe to the channel and get the notification. Remember, guys, if you are I get the same repeat question. Hey, welcome back. Where you been? Guys, I haven't gone anywhere. I do videos every single week, every single Saturday I'm releasing right now. You might find the occasional Wednesday video or Sunday video, but for the most part, it's every Saturday, 10 a.m. So if you're missing them, it might be because you don't have the notifications put on. So when you do subscribe to the channel, there's a little bell that'll pop up. You need to click notifications on. Otherwise, you'll just be subscribed and you won't actually see any of my new videos. Now that's helpful to the 18,200 subscribers, but for the folks who aren't subscribed, who just don't subscribe, or just not interested, a lot of times these videos will pop up. So I do repeat myself a lot because remember, we have to give everybody the spiel as far as, what we're reviewing, my kind of background, my history, because not everybody's going to watch a Nubeo video and then move on to the other 1,300 videos, right? It's just the way it goes. So if there is some repeating, hey, it is what it is. So Nubeo, a brand I've been reviewing now for, I don't know, maybe a couple months. This is one of these brands that I just, again, when I talk about having a YouTube channel, it's awesome. And I mean, let's not kid each other here. It's awesome getting watches to review, getting watches to add to my collection. It's an awesome thing an opportunity for me to be able to really build my collection, to really put these watches to the test over long-term ownership, and really see what you get for your money. Now, Nubeo, if you have watched my other videos, and I'll tell you, Nubeo is really starting to build traction. I'm seeing a lot more, since my videos, I'm putting up some of the original Nubeo watch was the PHATKATCOLLECTIONS. If you haven't checked that out, do check it out. They give you an exceptional build quality, and I've said it before, I hate mentioning other brands and videos, but if you are a fan of Aragon and Invicta, you will love the Nubeo brand. You get the same quality. Price points are different, and they are trying to work that out. I've seen prices for incredible values on like the PHATKATCOLLECTIONS. Ashford had it for like 200, and I always put links in the description where you can find this stuff. But a lot of times you can get it, directly off their site or Amazon. They are working. They are a relatively, I'd say, newer brand. When you compare it to a lot of the old school brands that have been around a lot longer. So they're working on, streamlining their business model, and I think you're going to start to see the prices kind of level out a little bit where they're consistent. I've said it before, a brand doesn't have to, just like Invicta, they don't have to put this huge MSRP. Now, I'm not comparing that with Nubeo. They don't do that. But, these brands are so nice. They give you so much money, bang for buck, that they really don't have to try to make it seem like you're getting a great value, because anybody who picks up these watches and tries them on and experiences the brand, whether it be Invicta, Aragon, Nubeo, any of the other Dartmouth brands, you're gonna just having it in your hands, you're gonna know that you're getting exceptional quality, right? Now, I'm not talking about under macro lens quality if you really want to nitpick and go off the deep end like with some of these, Rolex owners, but, the stuff that's actually tangible, real world use, real world quality, this brand has it. So definitely check out their other models. Every week I look, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Every week I look and they're adding a new watch. And what's cool about it is that you guys know I'm a gold guy, right? I'm a gaudy, greasy gold guy, right? I love the gold. And so it's nice to be able to add new stuff to my collection. That's something that's outside of my realm, and I find myself gravitating more towards different styles now. Styles do change as we grow in anything. I don't wear the same clothes I wore when I was 19, right? I'm not going to say thank God, but but you know what I mean? That's just how life is. And so watches, I do think are a little different because watches are kind of timeless, but there are moments where I don't feel like wearing a big watch. Other times I don't feel like wearing a small watch. So it really just depends on my mood, and affordable watches really gives you the ability to have a lot of watches in your collection for however you feel, so it's pretty awesome. So today, again, another Nubeo. Now, I said in other videos, Nubeo was kind of like a space-themed watch, and I love when brands have a identity, a theme. I stand corrected. Said it before. They do have some dive watches. They do have some space themed watches. So if I really have to kind of give this brand an identity, it's going to be space / ocean, right? And you know, I guess. Yeah, I guess if we ever discover planets with water on them, and don't come back and be like, Mars has this, I don't know, I don't follow that, but, you know, I'm just stating that some of their watches are completely ocean dive themed, other ones are more space related, right? So this one is one of those, obviously a space related watch. You can see the box has kind of a galaxy on here. I'm not sure, I believe this is the Milky Way, but I'm sure if I'm wrong, you guys will let me know. Nubeo right across the top of the box. Very basic box. Nothing really, you know, over the top as far as a presentation. But, you know, like I said, the box is just the exterior packaging. And ultimately, I feel like I'd rather see more go into the watch than the box. So you're getting just basically a cardboard box, sleeve. You have this kind of like, almost like a violet or like lilac colored case, just like you'd find on like the Invictus. Nubeo across the face. We crack it open here. We are going to see the name of the watch. Today we're reviewing the Andromeda. Let's see here. You know, you have your normal instruction manual. You know, just basically foam insert on this. Nothing really, you know, over the top. I'd say compared to the other packaging that I've received from Nubeo, this is one of their more basic ones. Again, not a concern to me. Let's face it, you know, all my watches get stored in their lock and key. So this is something that generally I'll hold on to if I don't have duplicates. The Invicta boxes, I can start throwing them away when I get them now, unless it's like a dive case. So, you know, pretty straightforward, pretty basic. I'm just going to pop this back on here, because my obsessive compulsive personality, I gotta have it all neat and back to order there, even though we're in the middle of the video. And so let's showcase the watch. So here it is, the Andromeda. This is one of the bigger watches that Nubeo makes, and a lot of Nubeo watches are going to be the oversized dive watches, right? Dive style, space style. I guess really more dive style. I would still consider this a dive style, even though their theme behind this watch, their inspiration is space related. So let's just check it out here. And this is an automatic, so again, that's something I really like about Nubeo watches is most of their watches are going to be the automatic movement, or have automatic movements. There are a few that use quartz, and you know, whenever I have a watch that does have a quartz, I'll let you guys know, but this one is the automatic. So as far as specifications, let's knock out the check boxes for watch collectors, right? So what do we have in the case? We have 316L stainless steel. Again, checkbox number one, my most important checkbox is what is the watch made out of, you know? 316 stainless steel. What is the movement now? We have a, they state, again, Japanese automatic skeleton three-hand. From what I could tell, based on the decorated rotor, and based on the way that this rotates, I would say this is probably a Miyota automatic movement of some sort. They don't list that. And again, I'm going to keep saying it in every single video until I see the change on their website, or they tell me, hey, Fat Cat, stop mentioning it, you know? But I think it's, again, this does the brand an injustice. Mention the movement. People see Japanese automatic skeleton, they're like, yeah, right, it's, you know, could be some Chinese movement, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's important to mention that this watch has a replica movement. Anything you get from Miyota, Seiko with the Eng series, you know, Citizens, you know, they're all great movements and very well respected across the board. I mean, snob, no snob, Rolex, no Rolex, you know, Invicta, no Invicta. These movements are respected in the watch community, and again, it's definitely worth mentioning. So we're gonna move on. So the crystal on this is not sapphire. Some of the crystals on some of the Nubeos are. You know, to me, that's not a checkbox for me. It is a mineral lens with an anti-reflective coating. You know what I mean? Invicta calls it their proprietary flame fusion. You know, Seiko has Cristerna, I think. Aragon does K1. Ultimately, they're also sort of mineral glass, and the hardness changes. The harder the glass, the more scratch resistant. The softer it is, the more shatter resistant. So I personally prefer something in between. A lot of folks are like, has to have sapphire, which is, you know, to me, it's kind of ridiculous, but to each your own. It's your money, buy what you want to buy, but that's not a checkbox for me. I've never cracked or scratched any, you know, glass ever, and anything I have in my collection, even the cheapy ones are just plain old piece of crummy glass, so not a concern to me. And then of course we have a integrated silicone strap, which when they say integrated, basically just hugs lugs. It comes right over the top, so it actually becomes part of the lugs or the case, so to speak. If you were to change the band out, and you can, because this is I'd say a 20 or 22, don't quote me on it, I measure it, standard size width. You can put whatever you want on it. I think this watch would look great with a Nubeo shark mesh strap if they make something like that. I'm a bracelet guy, so naturally silicone is not my go-to, but it is nice, you know, if you're going to wear, like in this case, a nice gray shirt or something with a little gray and black. This blends really well. It's kind of how I piece my watches together a lot of times with my outfit. 30 ATMs of water resistance. You have a 50 millimeter case diameter and 16 millimeters in case thickness. It's big, it's beefy, it's beautiful, right? It's a big chunky watch. So what's my impressions when I first look at this? So I definitely get the space themed vibe here. To me, again, guys, I'm not gonna step on any toes here. I like Star Wars. I like the new Obi-Wan. I like the Mandalorian. I like all the Star Wars, but I'm not, you know, Star Wars, you know, I don't collect it. I don't have posters anywhere. Hey, if you guys like it, you know, if you guys really are into that, there's nothing wrong with enjoying whatever you like. But I'm not that guy, just to be very clear. So Star Wars fans don't get, all right, yeah, I love, you know, I don't go crazy with it. I don't have any of the theme stuff. But when I do look at this, I do get a Death Star kind of vibe. It just has this very like space station Death Star-ish vibe. I'm not sure if that's because of the way they've just done the bezel, which is a unidirectional rotating bezel. No back plate, and honestly, most watches, I don't have any back plate that I've reviewed. You know, if they do, it's usually very slight. This is very solid, no wobble, no nothing. Very easy, nice fluid turn on it. You know, it's fantastic, and this is done kind of like in a gunmetal. And so when you look at this, you kind of have this skeletonized face in the back. You can see the date wheel, and it just has some depth to it. It definitely reminds me of some sort of space-related, you know, watch. I mean, if somebody were to say, hey, you have a couple categories to choose from: space, dive, dress, you know, military. What do you think this watch? You know, when you look at this, what vibe you get? I definitely get the space kind of theme. Although, again, when you do look at it, there's not really much to really, you know, it's really tie it into something specific, but I do get the vibe. Let me just read what they say about this. And again, when I said Milky Way, again, guys, knock yourself out. Correct me all you want. I don't know what's on the box. But it says here, the Andromeda Galaxy is the closest large spiral galaxy to ours. I did know that, but I didn't mention it. I did know it. And the brightest galaxy you can see at 2.5 million light years away. It's the most distant thing visible to an unaided eye from Earth. Again, it depends on where you live. If you live around a lot of lights, you really have to get into some real darkness out in the forest, even sometimes when we go out in the water, it's pretty dark, and it's still, you don't see tons of stars. So that is depending on where you live geographically. It says here, Andromeda is thought to contain 1 trillion stars. Its comparison to the Milky Way is 2.5 billion. At one time, Andromeda Galaxy was called the Great Andromeda Nebula. Astronomers thought this patch of light was composed of glowing gases, or was perhaps a solar system in the process of formation. I had astronomy in college, right? Basic entry level astronomy 101, as basic as it gets, and I'm telling you, this stuff had, I think it's called astrophysics in it. I was reaching out to AOL, on AOL back in the day, I was reaching out to astronomy majors. And they were like, yo, these questions are not basic astronomy. I barely passed the class. I got like a low C-, I think. And it took a lot of finagling to get that grade. So my hopes... Side story. My hopes of saying, hey, it's space, I'm really interested in that, it's pretty cool, it was a nightmare. So if that was basic, man, I needed like kindergarten astronomy, like, you know, look at the craters on the moon. Ooh, that was my speed. But anyway, I digress. Moving on. So that's about it. That's what they say about it. But when I look at this, I can't pinpoint something on here that makes me think galaxy. I just think space station-ish, Death Star-ish, very I'd say more of like mechanically space related, but still pretty. I think that a better, you know, and I don't, you guys know I like to give my opinions on these things when they try to theme these watches. I think when you're comparing this to the Andromeda Galaxy, I think just maybe something that was more, I know I've seen some watch faces done by Aragon and a few other companies that have almost like this kind of speckled, kind of sparkly, I want to say sand blasted sort of finish. I think Aragon made one that was, that kind of had, when you looked at it, you saw like a galaxy, you saw space. So I think that a better face on this to tie it into that Andromeda theme would have been something that kind of ties it more towards the space and not towards like a space station or like a Death Star. But again, these are just small gripes. I'm a huge fan of giving companies honest feedback, and I think, and I've said it before, sometimes the themes that Nubeo does on their watches, it doesn't completely tie into the watch enough for me. To me, when I look at this watch, I'm just like, yeah, okay, it's a really cool watch, but I don't, other than saying that it's about Andromeda, and the name's Andromeda and space related, other than just saying it, I don't know if I necessarily, if you didn't say, hey, pick a category, dive, space, would I pick space? I might just say, hey, that's a killer looking watch, you know? So I would like to see them kind of maybe consult me before designing some, because I think that there's great faces. Let me just, I know I always digress here a little bit, but let me just try to find the watch I'm referring to. I think it was like a Stardust Aragon, and let's see here, Stardust Aragon watch, something like this I think would have tied really, really well. Yeah, so, okay, this one is an Aragon, but here is an example, and I want you guys to check it out. This is by Paul Rich, and they call it Frosted Stardust. And the face is done, and I don't know if it says here, this one's a different, you know, I'm not mentioning another watch if you just go by it, but it has a frosted case, and it has kind of a, you'd have to see it. It's just very sparkly. When you look at the dial, it looks like you're looking up at the stars. And so to me, that just would have, I think, been a much better idea. And here's the Aragon one. So Aragon did, it's called Blue Sandstone. And when you look at that, you just see space. I mean, that's it. So I think that, you know, this company, as great as the quality is, as much as I love the watches and wear them and appreciate the collaboration, I think that they can do a little bit better of a job tying the theme to the watches. That doesn't mean that this watch isn't going to sell. Doesn't mean that people aren't going to love this watch. But I really like to see, you know, when companies theme a watch, I really like to see it tied in with a stronger foundation. But nonetheless, that's just the Fat Cat Collections opinion. It doesn't really mean anything to you guys. One thing I do love about this watch is the rotor, the movement. Totally decked out, totally decorated. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get this by this video, but there's all kinds of like engraving done all around the movement, totally customized. There's like some spirals, I'm not sure what you'd actually call them. And then when you look through the face, you do have that same theme but done in a kind of a gunmetal. A very beautiful watch, very nicely decorated. I love that they kept it simple in the back with that exhibition window. Just simple Nubeo, and you can see that whole movement. I think it's awesome. So that's really about it as far as the specifications on this. As far as color choices, you do have the slate, which is this color here, which obviously is like kind of a grayish, not gunmetal, but there is some gunmetal on it. I don't know why they call this color gunmetal, because gunmetal, when I think of gunmetal, I think of bluing, and this is not bluing. I would love to see a watch done in like an actual bluing. I think that would be killer. Make it gun related, you know, themed towards like a, man, that would be choice. I've never seen a watch done in bluing, so Nubeo ideas. But if you do want different colors, you get the golden green, which is golden green. It's got a yellow gold bezel and a green outer ring here, right around the face. You do have a blue, which is called cobalt blue, and then a jet black, very similar to the slate. The only difference that I can tell is it looks like, from the picture, it looks like the same color on the inner ring there around the bezel. even the band looks similar, but most likely it's probably black. And then the bezel they did in just more of a standard stainless steel color, more of a natural stainless color. I love the gunmetal on this. Again, I call that more of like a graphite gray, but that is industry standard to call that gunmetal. But just my opinion. But pretty cool. I mean, pretty awesome watch. Nice big robust silicone strap. Big old Nubeo buckle on there. Just awesome. Price point on these, you're looking at, if you go to the website, $900. Yeah, they do charge a little more for the gold, $925. Now, as far as the options to buy, by the time you guys watch this video, hopefully you've watched to the end. Links are always in the description. If I can find this on Ashford, I can find it on Nubeo. Obviously, if I find it on Amazon, I will link to where you can get it for the best deal. I'm not going to just recommend one website because one thing I don't want you guys to do, and this is what Nubeo needs to get their pricing ironed out, I don't want you guys to go to the Nubeo website, pay $100 or pay $900 and then find it for like $400 on Amazon. You know, the pricing needs to be ironed out where people are getting the watch for what it's worth. Watches are all over the board on price. It just depends on where a company wants to come in at. And ultimately there's more markup, less markup, but across all kinds of brands. And companies this company just really needs to iron that out. This is what we're going to charge for the watch. We have slight sales, just like Aragon does it. Aragon, you see, and Aragon does inflate their price quite a bit on some of their watches. I've seen sometimes Aragon watches for $500 that I know have sold for in the $180 range. So, have your higher retail price, your non-sale price, and then have your standard, hey, this is what we're going to sell it for this week, next month, whatever it may be. But these price differences, like I said, the Puhanu, one of my subscribers got it from Ashford for $200. I think that was shipped. And on the website, it was like $12. So, you know, we want to be fair with our customers. We want to, we want people to know they're getting value and getting, not getting accidentally paid too much, you know what I mean? So they'll line that out. It is on their game plan. I know they just sent me a link for something. I think there was some kind of discount code or something. So I will, if it's available by the time you guys watch the video, I'll pass it on. In the meantime, check it out. Check out the pictures. Check out their website. Read more about it. And look at my other Nubeo videos. You know, check out Dartmouth brands. They have like, I think, 8 different brands under their parent company. Everything I received from them has been awesome, and you guys are going to see a lot more. This channel is going to give this company a lot more recognition, and because they make some amazing watches. And so, if you haven't guessed it already, a little foreshadowing here. Duxot. I think I'm saying that right. D-U-X-O-T. Another brand under Dartmouth brands. Stay tuned for that. Next couple weeks, you're going to be seeing those watches. If you like Submariner Homage watches, and they have the ones I'm going to review are right now, Submariner Homage watches with a little ice. If that's your thing, stay tuned. Otherwise, let's go ahead and drop this baby on the wrist. Now I have a 7-inch wrist. I weigh about 185 pounds, and I'm about 5'7" and a half. So this is what it looks like. This is what these watches look like. I got my size, my height, and my weight. And this gives you an indication of what it might look like on you. If you have a 7-inch wrist, if you're similar in height, you're probably taller than I am. Hey, I'm lucky I got my height. My mom's 4'9". My dad's like 5'6" right now. So, hey, I'm happy. So, but if you are taller, generally, really the most important thing is your wrist size. I see guys all the time, younger dudes, smaller dudes, bigger dudes. You remember, you can wear whatever watch you want. Do not let society or watch snobs or anybody dictate what makes you happy, and wear what ultimately makes you smile and makes you feel good about yourself. And I encourage you, if you are the kind of person that you're going to be feel bad if you're wearing, I don't mean this watch, but anything. If you're wearing a shirt, or you're wearing, this goes for high schoolers or kids too. I mean, if you're wearing something you're worried somebody's going to say something about you, and that's going to make you not want to wear it, you really need to start to look at, who you are as a person. And remember that, we do things for ourselves when it comes to how we express our tastes and our personalities, and don't let anybody dissuade you. I hear it all the time. People, that guy's purple hair. Or, it's like, dude, was it affecting you? Is that or is making you have purple hair or blue hair or whatever the case may be? Remember, do what makes you ultimately happy. Do these things with confidence. Wear things with confidence. Don't take any crap from anybody. And this is what it's all about: is having cool stuff, be able to wear it, express it, and people who are like-minded, who are good people, not miserable, jealous punks, you know, they're going to look at stuff and be interested, even if like it's not your style. Perfect example, my dad, you know, he would never wear something this large. Whenever I get a new watch, whether I buy it or I get it sponsored, you know, my dad's always like, all right, take it off, let me check it out. You know, he's interested in seeing what it is, and even if you're, you know, we don't have to share the exact same taste to appreciate the engineering that goes into something like this. It's just incredible that they can make watches with all these different price points. So this is a killer watch. I think it's awesome on the wrist. I will tell you that if Nubeo comes out with an option for a bracelet, I am going to swap this onto a bracelet, see what it might look like on like a shark mesh. I think it'll look absolutely killer because I am a, like I said, a bracelet guy. But with that being said, this is, you know, a lot of the straps from Nubeo and from like, this is an RGMT strap. A lot of them have the same lug. The only difference is if you look at this, you know, because this strap comes up higher and it fills this gap, if you put a standard strap on it that's straight across, you're going to have a little bit of gap. But I personally don't think it looks bad. It just looks different. You know, and, you know, do it. You can customize all these watches. Again, I like the fact that they're not going crazy with the lug width. Invicta, you know, their lug widths are all over the place. So a lot of times you're like, hey, I'd love to wear this on a different strap and kind of customize it. And Invicta, they're just so large. Good luck trying to find a strap to fit them. I mean, once you start getting over 24 millimeters in lug width, very difficult to find. Your selection goes way down. You almost have to start reaching out to guys who custom make straps. So I like the fact that they're keeping the lug width not too wide. And, you know, it gives you a lot of options for customization. So pretty cool. So all right, guys, that's it. Nubeo, and God almighty, we went to 26 minutes. Man, I'm sorry. Sorry, but not really sorry. But anyway, guys, if I could help you in any way, you know, you're probably like, God, I got hurt enough. But if I can help you in any way, drop me a comment, drop me an email. I'm always here to help. If I don't know the answer, I'll get you the answer. Obviously, I have a great contact with Nubeo. I can get any question answered that you need. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe to the channel, and have a fantastic day, folks.